Running a marketing agency is probably one of the toughest things that you could ever do. And today I'm going to give you three truths that you need to understand to run an effective agency. Hey guys, Tyler Hansen here with PPC Foundry. We are a white label fulfillment company that helps other marketing agencies level up their services for their clients. We create content here that helps marketing agencies with different strategies, insights, and everything about agency life. So if you like this content, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. All right, guys, the first truth that you need to understand to run an effective marketing agency is you have to have thick skin. You do. It is a tough game out there, especially as you're starting out. Most marketing agencies, you are the one doing all the work. So you are getting in front of these customers, you are the one working with them, you're the one probably doing the actual work on accounts. And that can be scary because you're putting a lot of emotion, you're putting a lot of your time, you're spending time probably away from your family, you're spending time away from activities that you want to be doing just so that you can take care of these customers, and you could be doing every single thing right. You could even be getting good results for them. But at the end of the day, they still might can you. They still might say, this sucks. This isn't what we expected. The list can go on. And if you've been in marketing long enough, you have probably experienced that in some way or another where it really just rubs you wrong. The thing that you have to understand is that this is just the normal way of business. It isn't a personal thing. This is just the way that it is. And maybe they didn't see the value that you were providing, which could be a whole host of other things, but maybe you were doing every single thing right and still they wanted to move on. You can't change that. You can't do anything different from that necessarily to help prevent that because really they probably weren't a good client anyway. So you really have to have thick skin. You have to understand to keep pushing forward and not let those setbacks push you down. And you can't tie your identity to your business because your business isn't necessarily you. And some of you may disagree with that. But if you keep running your business as if it's you, you're going to be very beaten, battered, and scarred by the end of it. So, if you are running a marketing agency, you have to have that thick skin and you have to separate your identity away from the business. Your business has its own identity and you get to shape and cultivate that, but it shouldn't be you. You shouldn't find your value based on even your performance and what you do, because I hope that you have a family that loves you, you have friends that love you. They're not going to look at you, your results from a business and think less of you for that. But a lot of times in our minds, we think that a lot. We associate what we produce to the value that we hold as an individual. And so when I'm saying have thick skin, you really have to have that dichotomy between those two things. And so that's super essential. That's a thing that I've personally had to learn. If you've seen any of my content, you've probably known that I can be emotional at times. And even talking about this, like this is something that I've struggled with, and I've tied my value to the business when it shouldn't be that way. You have value as an individual, you have value as a person. I'm saying that to you straight right now. I don't know who you are, but if you're listening, you have value, and that isn't associated to your business. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to get better. That doesn't mean that you can't be better. So, we're going to talk about that next. Now, the second truth in running a marketing agency is you have to constantly better yourself. You have to improve. You have to find ways to provide more and more value, even at the same amount that you're charging sometimes. Not necessarily, but the reality is that our industry is constantly moving forward at rapid leaps and bounds. You can't just keep staying the same. You have to keep evaluating what you're providing to clients, how you're providing it to them, how you can make your own organization more efficient. You have to be constantly looking at those things because otherwise you're going to get left behind compared to other people. A great thing that I love to keep in mind is I don't know the exact study or what it was, but basically in medieval times, the amount of knowledge that we in our society today on a daily basis get, all of the new things that we see, the news, the information, all of that in one single day is a lifetime of someone in the medieval times. So literally all of the new things that we see, hear, are put in front of us every single day, that amount of information would have been accumulated over the lifetime of a single person in those times compared to now. So that's crazy. Like, we are moving so fast as a society. We are moving so fast as businesses with technology and AI and all of these different things. You have to keep up. And the way to keep up isn't just looking at these new shiny things that come up. You have to figure out, how do you provide value to your clients based on what you're seeing. And so you have to have a good filter in getting through all the BS, getting through all of the gimmicks, whatever it is. Find value that you really understand your clients, their pain points, and how you can effectively give that solution to them with what you're learning. And you have to just keep improving. You have to not be stagnant in whatever it is that you're providing to your clients. And finally, truth number 3 is you have to, in a way, be real with yourself. And I know that sounds super lame and corny, but I'm going to tie it into a different thing of, you have to be real with yourself because you need to know the type of business that you're running. If you're just wanting to be a freelancer, you're wanting to make X amount of dollars per year and you're okay to do all the work, totally fine. There's a place for you, there's clients for you, there's a whole world filled with abundance for you. Now, if that's not your dream, you want to create an organization, you want to employ people, you have aspirations to do all these other things, that's great too, but you have to be real with what you're trying to accomplish and know that that's a goal. Because so easily, no matter where you're starting, is you're going to get sucked into the day to day. You're going to get sucked into whatever is happening, fires, issues. You're going to get sucked into all of that. And you need to understand and know what you're working towards on a personal level. If you're wanting to build an organization, how are you building a team? How are you getting people trained? How are you bringing good talent to you? If you're just a freelancer, that's awesome. What can you provide of value? What can you show off from what you've provided for other people? There's so many different angles, and both are okay. There's nothing wrong with either one. So you just really have to be real with what your goals are. It's so easy to look at all of these different influencers and other marketing agencies and Facebook groups of people doing X amount of dollars, and they were able to do it, with this secret strategy and whatever all these gurus are saying. Just get that out of your head. Truthfully, get it out of your head. Even fast, take a time away from social media to just stop that. Stop looking at what other people are doing, because comparison is such a huge enemy. It's going to keep you from what you really want. And if what you really want is just a stable job where you're making a good income, beautiful. If what you really want is building a business and a team and an organization, more better. But you have to really realize that within yourself and stop looking at what everyone else is doing, because that's just going to keep you delayed in getting to where you want to go. So I hope you guys found that useful. Those were just 3 quick truths that I was thinking about over the experience of me running a marketing agency and of building a team over the last 4 years. It's been a difficult journey at times, and every part of your journey, there's going to be difficult times. I guess that could be a 4th truth that we add to this, but it's going to get hard at times, and that's okay. It's supposed to get hard. Nothing good comes easy, as cliche as that sounds, but it's true. You're going to run into bumps. You're going to run into issues where you have to push yourself past that and get through that complexity, because that's your ceiling. And then you're going to crush through that, and then you're going to run into another complexity, and that's okay. But you have to know those truths to continue forward, so that you just don't get bogged down in misery. You don't get bogged down in just the issues that are going on around you, that you can actually look above the water and see your vision and see what you're trying to do, so that you can lead your family, you can lead your team, you can lead yourself into what you want, so that you can live a more fulfilled life. So again, I hope that those were helpful. Those are things I've learned over the years. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks, guys.